Hello, my name is Ben Woodruff, and this is Maddie the Harris hawk. Harris hawks are a species that lives in Central America, South America, Mexico, but barely ranges into the United States. They're famous for their ability to hunt in packs the same way that wolves do. They're featured on many documentaries that are seen, and regularly they appear in wildlife programs and are used by falconers. But I've always been really excited about learning about those species that cross the borders. You know, for birds of prey, there are no maps. There are no international borders. And we have many species that are neotropical that live in Central America and Mexico that barely range into the United States.
Species such as Harris hawks, like Maddie here, and crested caracaras, oplomado falcons, and snail kites. In the heart of their range, all of these species are extremely common, but when they venture into the United States, their numbers are rare due to limited habitat that's suitable for them. But in this video, I want to focus on the black hawk, the coolest hawk in North America that you've never heard of. Black hawks are also known as common black hawks, but this name can be a little misleading. Like the other species I mentioned, black hawks are neotropical. They live in Central America and Mexico and barely venture into the United States. Utah is one of their strongholds. The term common in common black hawk means lesser or smaller. This is because the black hawk has a cousin, the great black hawk, nearly twice its size. But the black hawk boasts an even more impressive lineage. It's a descendant of the black solitary eagle of Central and South America. The black solitary eagle looks almost identical to a black hawk, but is the size of a golden eagle. Having descended from eagles, the black hawk has kept a number of eagle traits, such as a 3-year molt to adulthood instead of a 1-year molt like other hawks. This lineage of tropical eagle descendants is called Buteogallus, and includes members such as the crowned solitary eagle, the rufous crab hawk, and the colorful savanna hawk. Most of the members of the Buteogallus family are black or mostly black, but some of them are very striking in color. But of the many members of the Buteogallus clan, only the black hawk ventures into the United States. From the front, its size and shape look similar to many other hawk species found here. Because of this, sometimes other species such as a dark-faced red-tailed hawk, a dark Swainson's hawk, or a dark melanistic ferruginous hawk are misidentified as a black hawk. But from a side view, there are many features that stand out, such as the white band on the tail, and the fact that the tail seems to be incredibly short. In flight, this band is also noticeable, and again the tail looks short, but this is deceiving. Black hawks have extremely oversized secondary wing feathers. These wing feathers cover and blend in and make the tail appear shorter than it is, but if you trace the outline you can see its normal-sized tail. When the wings are folded up, again, we can see how oversized those secondary feathers are, and how, when sitting, they cover up the base of the tail and make it appear shorter. The call of the black hawk is very distinct. Many people have said it seems like a higher-pitched version of a bald eagle's call. The reason black hawks are so rare in the United States is because they have such highly specific needs when it comes to nesting and hunting habitat. Black hawks need groves of cottonwood trees growing alongside small rivers or creeks. If the river is too big or the cottonwood tree grove is too sparse, they won't nest and they won't hunt there. Even in the deserts of southern Utah, the winters are too harsh for black hawks, but in the early spring, they migrate up from Mexico. This cottonwood grove has been home to a nesting pair of black hawks for over a decade. The forests they inhabit are filled with many species of lizards and rodents, but they don't eat these. They're not interested in them at all. A bit surprisingly, black hawks look to the creeks and rivers for their food. Now in the early spring, these are filled with little minnows that quickly grow into fish. They're also filled with tadpoles that grow into frogs, and many species of crayfish. Turns out that crayfish are probably the most important food source to black hawks in Utah. In Mexico, the main population of black hawks primarily hunts crabs, so in Utah, crayfish provide a comparable alternative that can be torn into more easily than crabs. This is why black hawks have long legs, so they can hunt crabs in the mud without getting bogged down. But they don't just hunt crabs and crayfish. Black hawks are actually skilled fish hunters as well, although the Utah population does not seem to prefer fish. But catching fish is not easy. it requires pinpoint accuracy over water. This is where those broad secondary feathers on the wings come in handy. Blackhawks use those to slow down over water, to be sure of their target, and to pluck it out of the water and then be able to take off without sinking in the water. Take a look at this slow motion video and watch as a blackhawk takes off. The wing beat is unlike any other raptor species in the United States. In flight, once again, that tail looks so short and stumpy, but it's just the oversized secondaries giving that illusion. When breeding season is in full swing, the male and female regularly call to each other. They typically have 5 to 6 nests in a grove, and the female will choose which nest she wants to use that year. Both the male and female will bring sticks and add it to the nest of the year, but usually the nests are quite flimsy compared to the nests of other hawks. They'll lay 1 to 3 eggs, usually only 1 hatches, but on a good year 2 will hatch and both chicks will survive into adulthood. The young keep their striped colors for 3 to 4 years instead of just 1 year like other hawks. Again, this is because of their eagle ancestry. Black hawks are completely reliant in the United States on groves of cottonwood trees and unpolluted water systems that contain crayfish. As long as we have these resources available, black hawks will continue to thrive in small pockets in the United States. If you enjoyed this video or like learning about wildlife, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.